Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So, why do we need to know ourselves? A better understanding of ourselves helps us recognize our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats we could face outside, at school, at work, or in life. Traditional methods of understanding oneself and learning have limitations. You end up doing it yourself, and it's time consuming. You gather piles of data, read all of it, but really, how useful is it? You're prone to being biased, have limited access to historical data, which may or may not prioritize the issues at hand. So, how do we use heaps of data accurately and quickly to process and deliver actionable information? This is where artificial intelligence and machine learning comes into play. Combined, it can process trillion bytes of data in seconds with high levels of accuracy, enabling us to make the right decisions at the opportune time. Now, let's rewind back in time to Aristotle. Aristotle was a scientist, philosopher, and teacher. In fact, he taught Alexander the Great. Now, Alexander's achievements are attributed to the one-on-one learning acquired from Aristotle. If everyone had a dedicated teacher like Aristotle, imagine the pace of human learning. Perhaps this is where digital technology steps in. What if we built the intelligence of Aristotle and then clone it for everyone's individual use? A digital Aristotle could help you analyze data faster, more accurately, and relevant to your individual need. Let's see real-world applications of digital Aristotle in education. Today, teachers teach students of a wide variety. Their ability to listen, comprehend, relate, and remember are all different. You have slow learners, average learners, and the fast ones. You have kids who are interested and kids who are simply not. Every child is unique. Yet, all these kids are subject to the same teaching speed and style. Then it's time for assessments. Teachers set a question paper of convenience. The students answer it. Big bundle of paper is carried back home for corrections, and then the students are handed back these papers without any constructive feedback. Now it's time for the PTA meetings. Not hardworking, not putting enough effort. Parents are not involved enough. The teacher is not competent. Teacher is not paying attention to the word. There is no performance tracker for the child. The child does not know where he is going wrong, and he does not know where he needs improvement. In a class of 50 students, a teacher cannot give individual attention to everyone. We simply do not have enough teachers for that. And Aristotle for every Alexander is what works best. This is where assessed from digital Aristotle comes in. Assessed is an interactive, data-driven self-learning tool which is student-centric and teacher-focused. With the platform, a teacher can view the performance of all students of a class across subjects. She can create assessments, customized to assessment type, subject, and the chapter in it. Basis the selection, a question paper is generated from the assessed question bank. This can be customized according to question type and even complexity level. The blueprint gives you an overview of the questions you need to set. The questions can be grouped and rules can be added. For example, answer all of these questions. And voila, your question paper is ready to be published. Students take the exam on traditional paper, and once entries are done, Assess throws up an interface for teachers to correct. They can choose to correct student-wise or question-wise. You can evaluate or add comments the traditional way. The marking assist for each question gives you the important points that the answer should have. It automatically tabulates marks. Assessed gives teachers an overview of the entire class, analysis of the entire year, and results of each assessment. It showcases performance of all students and the topics that the class has done well or bad in. Teachers are now in a better position to give qualitative feedback to parents during the parent-teacher meeting. For a student, Assessed is a dashboard of their performance across subjects. The student can view their assessment scores and understand where they did well and where they did not. It also gives them insight on the precursors to a topic that is required to help learn a concept well. Assessed also builds a structured remedial plan for topics that the student needs to improve in. This is done through text, image, and video-based content that is curated from popular academic websites. Assessed, in a nutshell, helps teachers understand what is to be taught, how well it was learned, common learning gaps for the entire class, what needs to be done to bridge these gaps. There's a whole lot more to come from the Digital Aristotle table. Visit digitalaristotle.ai.